When speaking of blackmail and being threatened, are you aware that Jodi threatened Travis by saying she would let out that he was a pedophile?
I was not aware of that.
Does that mean anything to you?
Yes, of course it means something to me, yes.
You are a sociopath. You only cry for yourself. You have never cared about me, and you have betrayed me worse than any example I could conjure. You are sick, and you have scammed me.
Do you know what he means by betrayed him? Did you, to your understanding, what that would mean? If you don't, that's fine.
I do. It has to do with, I promised him that I wouldn't tell anybody about his issues if he promised to get help. And another stipulation I made was that he couldn't stay the night at his friend's house because they have children, and until he got help. And so my understanding was that he did actually end up staying there, and I talked to him about it, and I reminded him that he needs to get help. And I also sent the pamphlet around the same time because he's on the tape fantasizing about anally raping a 12-year-old, and it wasn't going for 12-year-old, it was going for adult, even though, So...
The way you know that it sounds like you was 12-year-old girl having her first orgasm. It's
It sounds like what?
12-year-old girl having her first orgasm. Like, or if it is hospital, little girl.
You were asked a question about whether or not you were aware that Miss Arias threatened to expose Mr. Alexander for his pedophilic activity, right?
Correct.
And you said you were not aware of that.
No.
If you had learned about that during your assessment, would it be important for you to know that it was a one-time comment over the phone?
Yes.
And that there was no other times when she ever threatened to do that?
Yes.
And is it important for you to know that it was something that Miss Arias believed to be truthful, that it actually...
He was not happy that I kept pushing him because he wanted me to drop the subject. So back in January, I dropped the subject, assuming that he was going to take the necessary steps that he needed to take, and it was apparent, I didn't feel like he was taking those steps. So I was kind of, I guess you could say, pressuring him, not in a big way, but just urging him, and he didn't like that.
Okay.